Good evening and welcome to a special village board meeting. It is May 13th and we are meeting remotely over Zoom. I thank everybody for being here tonight because this was a timeline issue because we're working with the town of Guilderland and this was a time that everybody seemed to be free tonight. So I'm glad we were able to come together. Could you first join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Maybe mute your buttons and say it along with me at home. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm going to go right to, we don't have department reports tonight because this is not our regularly scheduled board meeting, but I'm going to ask if there's anybody in the public that has a comment they'd like to share with the board, or if the board has a comment they'd like to share with each other. And I don't see any movement or hear anything. So I'm going to move on to item number 1 on our agenda. I'll just tell the board that before I read this to you, I have some additional language that Allison Phillips has asked us to end to the end of it. So I will throw that in and as I'm going along here. But item number 1 on our agenda is consider the bid submitted by Greenbrier Construction Services Incorporated in the amount of $32,568 for Frederick Krauts House demolition per recommendation of Insight Northeast Engineering and Land Surveying PC. Greenbrier Construction Services Incorporated was the low bidder out of 6 total bids received. Additionally, consider authorizing the mayor to execute a notice of award for the contract once approved by the town of Guilderland. Could I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion, Carrie.
Nick is first and second.
Question, is that including the $5,000 that we need to salvage?
It is. Can you do me a favor, John? Make a second and then we can discuss before we vote.
Okay, I'll second it.
Thank you. Sorry, just procedure.
Okay.
Yes, so what's great about this is we received 6 bids total, several of them all very similar, within a few $1,000s of each other.
Yes.
And this includes a $5,000 allowance that may or may not be used, which is to retrieve anything we find of value that we think the town and the village may want to keep. So it might be money that's used, it might not be. Nick, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, that's spot on. So basically, at some point before demolition starts, whether it's Jeff and Carrie or me or Peter or Jackie from the town, we're going to somehow go through or at least look around the house and identify parts of the house that we think might be worth saving. And then as the bidder, in this case Greenbrier, does the work, they will let us know how much it's going to cost for them to salvage that. Like, it's a certain amount of money for them to just demolish the whole thing, but if they have to do extra work to be able to save a beam or a window or something, they'll let us know how much it is before they destroy it, and we can decide as we go along, yes, it's worth it, we'll pay that amount. And we have a $5,000 allowance for those extra costs. Obviously, if there's a ton of stuff in there that we really want to keep and it comes out more, we'll deal with it then, but we think 5,000 is probably a good allowance to have.
Any other questions?
I'm assuming like the front door, or like probably the baluster coming up the staircase. I mean, those are historical items that would be ideal to probably keep. But it's not like so many historic foundation takes items like this and for non-for-profit and reuses them for other people to have within their for other historic homes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much inside of the house is like usable, just because it's been kind of open to the elements, but I know the town has already spoken for the front door. We might even be able to take that off ourselves before, so it wouldn't count against that 5,000.
Yeah.
If anything within the house that we don't want to get our hands dirty with, that'll come out of the 5,000. We just don't want to take the door off right now because it's in theory keeping things out of the house.
I would like to be part of to take a look around the house if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
Sold.
All right, thank you.
Do it.
Because I'm sure some constituents, like they want to try the historical character of the house. They wanted to save this house. I think it'd be a moot point. It would be a good idea for us to at least make an effort to see items in that house would be worth saving.
Absolutely, and I think you probably have the right eye for historical buildings in Altamont to help with that. So appreciate your
I'd
help.
appreciate that.
Tressa, did you have something?
My one question that I had about this bid was along the same vein with John's, what components could we salvage, and how we would go about doing so. So I'd actually be interested too in that, and if it were feasible for, I don't know how many people can safely be in the structure at one time. I don't want to make a safety issue of it, but I'd be interested in going.
Yeah, part of the RFP was about this walkthrough before any work begins. The door was also part of, we had talked to them about that, and actually the town and, I'm sorry, the engineering. So that was kind of part of our RFP as well. And the town is having someone work with Jeff. That is something that we're going to take care of once the walkthrough is done and before anything starts. So that won't cost, like Nick was indicating.
And what was the door for the village? What do they want to use that for?
The town, you mean?
The town, sorry.
The library has interest in it, and
Okay.
they house, some of their history items.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how it's gonna work in with the new library, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a plan. We'll find out more soon enough. But yeah, well, when we know the dates and when we know when we can, we can definitely communicate that to everybody. Even if we have to do shifts, So, okay, so if there's no more comments, Patty, could I have roll call?
Trustee Matulowicz,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov. What's that?
In favor?
Okay. Trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Almost our last item, item 2 on the agenda was consider approving Altamont Fire Department to take a truck to Galway on Friday, the 14th to attend a funeral. Could I have a motion for that?
So
Motion.
moved.
We're tied, I think.
Sorry. Yeah, Trista.
Tressa, you'll be first. John, will you be second? I think. I lost John. Okay, Nick, can you unmute and give me a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Thank
We
you.
definitely lost John.
So Tressa and then Nick, Patty, and then roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov,
In favor?
trustee Scally.
Yeah, I think we lost him electronically here.
Okay.
Yep,
Mayor Denine.
in favor. Sorry about that. This should have been easier tonight. Okay, item 3 is consider motion to adjourn. Can I have a motion, please?
Yeah, real quick, Carrie, just
Sure.
to be clear for anybody that's curious, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
because we jointly own that property, the town is going to be considering similar motion on Tuesday before we can
Okay.
actually award it and move on.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you for reminding me.
Sorry, guys, my
It's okay.
computer died.
No,
No battery.
You can make the next motion, John, all right? Consider
Sure.
motion to adjourn. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
John is first and second,
I'll second.
and Tressa, and roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov,
In favor?
trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you, Patty. We'll get this information to the town, and they have it on their agenda for Tuesday night. Okay?
Great.
Thank
Thanks,
you
everyone.
very much.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you.
Bye.